The question is, one plate of a capacitor is connected to a spring as shown in a figure. Area of both the plates is A. In a steady state, separation between the plates is 0.8 D. Spring was stretched and distance between the plates was D when the capacitor was uncharged. The force constant of the spring is. Well, in this particular question, finally I have to find the spring constant, the expression for spring constant. I advise you to see this picture along with this question. Okay, so what's happening there? When the capacitor is completely charged, there will be some kind of attraction, that's electrostatic attraction between the two plates of the capacitor that will cause an extension in the spring. Right, so that particular situation may help us in order to find out the value or expression for the spring constant. So now I will deal with this particular way how actually we can easily find out the spring constant, right? So when the capacitor is charged, right? When the capacitor is charged, the left plate will possess a charge plus Q and the right plate is minus Q, because this is connected to positive of the battery and this is connected to negative of the battery, right? So at that moment there will be some kind of attraction between these two plates, and that attraction is caused by this plus Q on this minus Q. I simply believe that this left plate is fixed and this right plate is movable. If this is the situation, definitely the minus Q will move towards the positive plate, right? So in this direction it will move. So this force, what is existing between the two plates, I am calling it F plus. How much is that F plus? That I have to find out. Okay, for that I advise you one more thing to find the electric field at the point P, which is on the negative plate. Okay, so electric field at P. Well, we have to find an expression for the electric field at P first. So electric field due to a thin sheet of charge, right? So E is nothing but this one. Okay, I call it EP. So EP is equals sigma plus divided by, right? So which is divided by, it is 2 epsilon O. Here what actually this sigma plus is, and sigma plus is nothing but, right? So this sigma plus is nothing but, what actually it is, sigma plus is surface charge density of this positive plate, which is Q, divided by the area of the plate, which is said A, capital letter A as the symbol in the given question. Okay, so A is the area of this plate, so that means I can use the symbol A. So now I simply use this here. So therefore what happens, EP is equal to what actually sigma plus this much, which is Q divided by 2 epsilon O into A. So this is the expression for electric field at the point P. So now by definition what I can do, I can simply find out F plus. So F plus is equal to, what I can write, it is Fp into the charge on which we are seeing the force. The amount of charge on this plate is minus Q, right? I simply consider the magnitude of the charges on this plate. So that is nothing but what I can do further, it is Q divided by, right, 2 epsilon O into A multiplied by simply Q, because I am simply considering the magnitude of the charge on the negative plate. So that means F plus is equal to Q square divided by 2 epsilon O into A, right? So this is, I call the expression 1, which is the force between the two plates. What I said before, at equilibrium, some kind of force which is balancing this one, balancing that plate, that means keeping that plate in equilibrium. That means one more force we have to consider to the right side, which is balancing the left force, and this force is a restoring force due to the spring, due to the spring, and this force I am calling Fs. So Fs is the restoring force due to the spring. And what actually we write Fs? For any spring force, we simply write magnitude minus kx. If I need only the magnitude, I simply write it like this. So now I have to simply bother about what actually this x is. Okay, so what actually that term x is? X is extension that appeared in the spring. See one particular way how I can simply show you. So before charging the capacitor, the spring was like this. Okay, the spring was like this, and the two plates were at this distance d. When the capacitor is completely charged, okay, when the capacitor is completely charged, what happens? The negative plate, this is positive plate and this is negative plate, that plate will simply drift, right, simply drift towards this positive plate. So this is because there is a kind of attraction Fs, F plus, what I said here. So that will drag this plate towards a plus plate, right. So at that moment you can simply observe some kind of force in the spring, that is the restoring force in the spring. Now what I am calling for this one, this is a Fs. So simply balance those two expressions. For that I need the term x, right. So I need the term x. So what I can do here is, see this distance is what said in the question. When the capacitor is charged, and at this equilibrium position, the distance between the two plates is 0.8 d. Therefore what I can say, x is nothing but this one, which is d, minus this one, which is 0.8 d. That will give the extension in the spring, that is this gap. This is the extension in the spring, and that is nothing but a 0.2 d, right. So this is the extension. Now what I can do for this one, therefore what I can write, Fs is equal to k into 0.2 d. This is what I can write. This is what I am calling expression 2, right. So now what I have to do is, I have to equate F plus and Fs together. So that work I am doing now. S is equal to F plus in magnitude. Okay, so now what I write, from equation 1, F plus is this much, and from equation 2, Fs is this much. So what actually Fs? So Fs is 0.2 d into k, right, into k, which is equals, what is F plus? This much, which is q square divided by 2 epsilon O into a. So now simplify this equation, right. So on simplification, what I may get, so I simply do it further like this, so which is k is equals, right. So k is equals, I simply write it, k is equals, what I can do, it is q square divided by, so when I multiply these two terms, 0.22 and 2, this becomes 0.4, I keep epsilon O as it is, and what I have to do for this a, I am keeping that a as it is, further it is d. Right, so this much term I can write. When I observe all the options in the question, I am seeing no term including Q. So what I have to do for that? See, when the capacitor is uncharged and there is no charge, at this moment, what I say, I simply define capacitance of the capacitor as epsilon O into A divided by D. So capacitance of the capacitor depends on the physical parameters of the system of the two plates. When the capacitor is completely charged, right, here what I can write, it is C is equals, okay, so it is a Q divided by charge on either plate, whether it is on positive plate or on a negative plate, it is Q divided by, what I must write, I must write here the potential difference, otherwise EMF of the battery. So it is true only when the capacitor is completely charged, right. So I can simply write E. So further what I can replace, Q is equals C into E, right. So Q is equals to C into E. That is what I can replace. So therefore what happens, K is equal to, it is a C square E square divided by 0.4 epsilon O A into D. So don't make confusion with E. E is not the electric field. E is EMF of the battery given in the question. So I used here. So now one more thing, I am not seeing any option with the letter C as well as the fraction. So now I have to convert this fraction into integer. So for this I simply say it is 2 divided by 5, right? 0.2 is, 0.4 is 2 divided by 5 is 0.4. And what actually C is now replaced by these terms, because in every option I am seeing A, epsilon O and D. So that means you have to replace this C by these things. So now I am doing that. So which is nothing but K is equal to, so for the C square it is epsilon O square A square divided by D square, and which is multiplied by the remaining terms E square divided by this is 2 by 5 into epsilon O, right, A into D. A term like A square, here is A, so a single term of A get cancelled, and epsilon O one term get cancelled. Therefore the remaining terms are epsilon O, and don't forget A here, which is A, and E square, right, and whole divided by, what I have to do, I have to use this 5 in the numerator, and in the denominator it is 2 D square, and D it must be D cube, right. So this is my final result, 5 by 2 epsilon O A E square divided by D cube. When I search for this answer, I am much suspected about option A. Look into option A. It is 5 by 2 epsilon O A E square divided by D cube, right. So this is the correct option, and the answer for this question is option A.